everybody, it's Allison here again today for another partial chair yoga class. Today we are going to be doing a prop-free day with the exception of our chair, of course. And so go ahead and get on your mat and have your chair next to you and a wall space. So we're just using the things around us today, and we will go ahead and get started. So make your way to the top of the mat. Allow your feet to plant down nice and sturdy beneath you. Give the shoulders a couple rolls backwards. Good. And then forwards. Roll them again. Good. And then give them a couple rolls backwards once again. And then let them fall back and down. Let your shoulders gently tug away from your ears. Let your crown and neck grow up nice and long, pressing the top of the head up towards the ceiling. And as you do that, gently draw in at the belly button and feel your legs engage with the floor. So really feel your legs hold you up nice and tall. Good. Feel your arches lift. Pick up all 10 toes. Sway a little bit side to side while your toes are lifted. Good. And then find your center point of balance such that your big toe mound or the ball of your foot and the little toe mound are equally pressing down into the mat, as is the heel of the foot, both sides of the heel. You shouldn't be rotated in or out. Just try and find a nice even balance of the foot. Good. And then set the toes down. Very good. Find your breath here. Take a few deep breaths in. Good. Another 2 full breaths. One more. Very good. We'll go ahead on our next inhale, bring those arms up overhead. And exhale, let them down. Inhale, receive a breath, arms reach. Exhale, down. Good. Inhale up. And exhale down. One more. Inhale up. And exhale down. Good. We're going to switch the hands this time. So instead of inhale with the palms up, we're going to inhale with the palms down. Inhale, palms down, reach up. Flip the palms together, exhale, palms up. Good. Palms down, inhale up. Switch the palms, palms up, exhale down. Good. One more, inhale. Switch those palms and exhale. Good. All right, go ahead, roll the wrists out a little bit in front of us. Good, get some motion there. Do what needs to happen. Let those wrists feel good. Open and close the hands. Good. Maybe stretch the backs of the hands together. Give them a little roll. Switching directions. Good. Shake them out. Very good. Very good, very good. All right. From here, we're going to go ahead, inhale. And as we inhale, we're going to come to our tippy toes, reaching the arms up overhead. All right. So we'll go ahead, inhale, arms reach up, heels raise, reaching those arms up. And exhale, heels come down, arms drop. Good. Inhale, arms raise, heels raise. And exhale, heels lower and arms lower. Good. 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Nice and easy. And exhale. Last one. Very good. From here, we're going to go ahead, inhale, arms raise up. And exhale through heart center, forward fold. Take it nice and easy. Deep bend in the knees. Let the head drop down. Good. Inhale, halfway lift. And exhale to forward fold. Inhale, roll up, reach up, keeping a bend in the knees as needed. Inhale, arms reach. And exhale, palms to heart center. Good. Inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Deep bend in those knees, forward fold. Inhale to halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root down, roll up, reach up. And exhale, palms to heart center. Good. Again, inhale, arms raised. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up and reach up. Arms overhead. And exhale, palms to heart center. Very good. All right, we're going to go ahead and take this one all the way to the floor. So we'll go ahead, inhale, arms reach. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Hands come to the mat. We're going to walk back to downward facing dog. Fingers gently spread. Find your downward facing dog. And then pedal your feet maybe a little bit if that feels comfortable. Bending into one knee and straightening into the other. Reaching one heel to the ground and then the other. Good. You have one more breath here. And then go ahead, come down into all fours. Making your way into all fours. Making sure those knees are underneath your hips and your wrists are under your shoulders, and we'll move right into our cat and cow. Inhaling to cow. Gaze and tailbone reach up, and exhale, rounding through the spine, pressing the floor away with your hands, knees, and tops of your feet. Inhale to cow, and exhale to cat. Inhale. And exhale. Good. And then finding any organic movement that your body is calling for in addition to your cat and cow. So maybe that's side to side with the ribs, or shoulders, or hips. Maybe you're making crazy eights with the hips. Whatever feels good. Get into those areas of the body that are calling to you. Maybe even a child's pose. Moving through the spine still. And then coming back to center. Good, back to center. We're gonna go ahead and take the knees wide and come into a child's pose with wide knees, big toes together, hips reaching back. Arms resting down on the mat, forehead resting on the mat, or maybe a block or stacked fists or stacked hands. Finding your breath here, nice and steady. Good. Coming back up into all fours. Pressing into all fours. Bringing those knees back underneath the hips. We're going to go ahead and come into our spinal balance. So we'll send right leg out back behind us, flex foot. And then when you're ready, left arm reaches. Find your balance, find your strength here. Good, and then we're gonna do knee to elbow as we exhale. So we'll take an inhale here and exhale, knee to elbow, underneath. Good, inhale to lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lengthen. One more, exhale, knee to elbow. Good, inhale to lengthen. And exhale back down to the mat. Good, it's a little tricky, we get a little wobbly, that's fine. We'll go ahead and send left leg out back behind us, flex foot. Good. When you're ready, right arm reaches. Find your balance. We'll take an inhale here and exhale, knee comes to elbow underneath. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, knee to elbow. Good. Inhale to lengthen. And then we'll go ahead, exhale down to the mat. Good. Take a cat-cow, reset the spine. And then we're going to go ahead and send right leg out back behind us again. This one is optional if your wrists are starting to bug you in our all fours or tabletop. You can always come down onto the forearms if that feels more comfortable, especially for this one. This one can be done, oh, I got some on my eye. This one can be done from forearms. So this is always an option if your wrists are starting to bug you. All right, so either from forearms or from hands, we're gonna take right leg and reach it back behind us again. We're gonna take our right leg over to the left side of the mat and set the toes down. Good, and so this can be done from forearms. We're just playing around with the hip stretch here. So your toes are planted. We send our hips backwards in space to find that stretch. And we breathe into the hip stretch here. Maybe you even gaze over your left shoulder towards those right toes. Getting a little side bend in as well. You're breathing here. Good. One more breath. And we'll bring right foot back to center and down to the mat. You can either stay in forearms or you can come back up to hands and knees, whatever works best for you. We're going to go ahead and move to the other side. So we'll go ahead and send left leg back out. And then we're crossing left leg over to the right side, setting those toes down. And we're sending hips backwards towards the back of the mat to get that stretch in our hip. So you're breathing into that stretch. And again, you can be down on forearms as you stretch. Maybe you look over your right shoulder towards your left toes. Breathing here. Good. Bringing left toes back to center, knee down. We'll go ahead from our all fours. We're going to come into another child's pose. Bringing knees wide, big toes to touch, hips reach back. All right. We're going to do a side body stretch here in our child's pose. So we're going to take our hands, we're going to walk them over to the left side of the mat. So maybe even off of the mat, but you'll feel it when you feel it. You walk the hands over as far as feels comfortable, such that you get a deep stretch through that right side body. You're breathing into the right side body, the armpit, the side of the ribs. And you're sending your breath to the area where you feel it the most as you breathe. Good, we'll come back to center and we'll walk to the other side. So hands go over to the right side of the mat as far over as feels comfortable to get the stretch that you want. and you breathe now into your left side body, into your left shoulder, left tricep, breathing into your left ribs, all those little muscles in between each of the ribs. Send your breath to those muscles. As you find your nice deep stretch here in the side body. Good. We'll come back to center, and this time we're going to press back up into all fours, and we're going to come into our downward facing dog. So go ahead, curl the toes, hips go high, find your down dog. Good. Find one more breath here. And then we'll walk our toes up to the top of the mat, coming into forward fold, bending your knees as much as you need to, allowing yourself to hang over your legs. Give yourself a moment here, maybe even a little side to side sway. Good. Coming back to center if you were swaying, and then we'll gently roll ourselves up. Take your time. Coming up into standing, arms reach overhead, inhale. Then exhale as those palms come down to heart center. Very good. All right, coming to the top of the mat. We're gonna go ahead and move into our standing series. So we'll go ahead by starting in our Tadasana, our mountain pose at the top of the mat. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, roll up, reach up, arms overhead. And exhale, palms come to heart center. Good. We're going to step our left foot back and we're going to come into our warrior one. So as you come into warrior one, get your hips set up to face the top of the mat, adjust your feet, and when you're ready, arms reach up overhead. Belly button gently pulls back to spine, shoulders come down from the ears. And we're gonna go ahead, inhale here, and exhale, take goalposts with the arms. We're gonna hold here, so we're keeping our arms in goalposts. We're allowing ourselves to open through the collarbones while we squeeze through the shoulder blades behind us as we breathe. Nice steady breath. Good. One more. And then from here, inhale, arms reach up. And exhale, release the hands behind your back. Interlace the fingers and you reach the hands, right? You're gonna interlace your fingers and reach the arms down. As you do so, that opens up through the collarbones and opens up through the chest. So again, we're opening through our heart center here and we're finding our breath. Good, one more breath here, 2 more breaths. Breathing into that big open heart center. Good. All right, we're going to come into our humble warrior. Now you have options. If you'd like to keep your arms as they are and come into the humble warrior with your arms behind your back, you sure can. It's going to be a little bit more of a challenge than we normally do. If you'd like to come into our traditional humble warrior with hands at heart center, you can by all means do that as well. So we'll go ahead, inhale here, lengthen up through the crown, and exhale as we hinge and fold. If your hands are in front of you, elbows collapse, and we fold forward to the inside of our right knee. Right shoulder to the inside of that knee, and then you work on dropping the crown of the head towards the floor and holding onto your balance as best that you can. Good. Nice, strong right glute, holding you up here for one more breath. And then inhale, press down, lift up, arms reach. Very good. Exhale here. Inhale, open up to warrior two, facing the long edge of the mat. hips, shoulders face the long edge of the mat. And then when you're ready, bending into right knee, arms nice and long. Beautiful. Find your breath here. Good. All right, we're going to take eagle arms in our warrior 2 today. So we're switching it up a whole bunch. So our eagle arms are from our balancing pose where we twist our arms together. Now we have our right leg out front, so we're going to take our left arm on top. We're going to bring the arms in front of us, reaching the same direction our belly button and our hips are reaching. We're going to take left arm and cross it over at the elbows. And then bend the elbows, and maybe you hold on to your thumb or your wrist, or you just hold on so that your arms make a nice little twist. Good. If this doesn't work, you can always hug yourself with the left arm on top. Good. We're going to find a breath here. Sit up nice and tall. Raise the elbows up a little bit maybe. Feel that stretch through the shoulder blades. Good. And release the arms back to warrior 2. Good. Flip the front palm. Inhale, reverse. And exhale to side angle. Right elbow to right knee, left arm overhead or straight up towards the ceiling. Good. Inhale, back up. And then with control, we're going to step our left leg to the top of the mat, and we're going to bring it up to 90. So take your time, step it up, arms reach up, left knee comes up to 90. Inhale, and exhale, come down. Good. All right, between sides, we're going to go ahead. Inhale, come up to our tippy toes. Keep your heels raised, and exhale, lower the arms down, keeping those heels up. Keep the heels up. Good. We're going to do one more circle of arms with our heels raised. Inhale, arms reach. And exhale, hands come down to heart center, and now lower the heels. Good. All right, pedal the feet. We're building up some foot and leg strength today. That's what we're focusing on. Good. All right, we're going to step right leg back and do the whole series on the other side. So right leg steps back. We'll come into our warrior 1 first. So get yourself set up, hips aiming to the top, arms sweep up overhead. Good. Find your breath. Settle in. Good. Inhale here. And exhale, bring the arms down to goalposts, and we're going to hold them here. Squeeze the shoulder blades together behind you, open up through the collarbones. Maybe even you feel the arms pulling gently backwards to help open up through the collarbones. As you do so, to protect your lower back, pull in at the belly button. Good. Find your breath. Nice big breaths into that heart center. Good. Inhale, reach those arms back up overhead. And then release the hands down behind your back. Interlace those fingers. And then interlacing the fingers at your lower back, reach the arms down to peel up and open through the collarbones. Good. Reaching down with the arms, opening through the collarbones, gently tucking in at the belly button to protect that lower back. Maybe gaze up. You find your breath and you breathe into the heart center. One more breath here. Good. And now we're going to find our humble warrior. So you choose if you want to keep your hands at your lower back and then get a shoulder opener, or you bring your hands to traditional humble warrior at heart center. Elbows collapse. Inhale and exhale. Hinge and fold. Finding your left shoulder to the inside of your left knee. Letting your head drop. Looking back at your right toes and finding your balance. Using that hand to help as needed. Good. Find your breath here. Use that left glute to keep you nice and stable. It's a big muscle. It'll help keep you really solid and stable here. Find your breath. One more. Good. Press down through left foot, reach up. Inhale, arms reach. Good. And we'll open up into warrior 2. facing the long edge of the mat. So take your time here, hips, shoulders face the long edge. And then when you're ready, bending into left knee. Arms reach nice and long. Very good. We'll find our breath here first. So as you settle in, let the shoulders come down away from the ears. Gaze can be gently out over your left fingertips. And you find your breath. And then we'll go ahead and take eagle arms here. So our left knee is out front, so that means our right arm is going to cross over our left. So arms facing the same direction our belly button is. We'll cross right arm over left at the elbows. Bend the elbows and either hold on to your hands or hold on to your shoulders. And you find what works for you, and we find our breath here. We're still bending into our left knee. We're raising our elbows up. Good. And you find your breath. One more. You can do it. Good. Unwind the arms. Take them nice and long. Flip the front palm. Inhale as we reverse. And exhale to side angle. Left elbow to left knee. Right arm up or out forwards. Good. Inhale, draw yourself back up. All right, and we're stepping to the top, bringing our right knee to a 90 degree in front of us. It's a balance pose. So we'll go ahead, step, arms reach up, toes lift, inhale, and exhale, lower down, hands to heart center. Good. All right, we've got our toes series here. So we're gonna do our balance again. We're gonna inhale, come up to the toes, arms reach up, heels reach. And then keeping your heels raised, exhale, lower the hands to heart center. Inhale, arms reach. Good, and exhale, lower the heels, lower the hands to heart center. Good. All right, come to the middle of the mat. Shake out your legs. Shake them out, shake them out. All right. Now, we practiced eagle arms. So we are going to practice eagle. Now, optional if you'd like to get a block, by all means you can get a block, but we're just going to practice eagle for a smaller amount of time because we do not have a block for our toes. If you want, like I said, if you want to go grab a block, by all means, grab a block for your toes to rest on. But we're going to do just a little bit of work here, and we're going to be balancing. That's why we got our chair. So we're going to start by pressing left foot down, and we're going to have our right knee bend. All right, we're going to take that right bent knee, we're going to raise it up, and then we're going to cross it over our left leg. And we're just going to let those toes hover there. Again, if you have a block, you can set your toes on the block, but otherwise you're just hovering the toes. We're going to keep our hips nice and level facing forward, and then we're going to bend at our left knee like we're coming into our squat. Just a little bit. So you're just sending the hips back a little bit while we're keeping our arm on the chair. Now, we have our right knee on top, so that means we're going to cross left arm over. You can either keep your hand on the chair and just cross your left arm over to your left shoulder. Or if you think you can balance, you bring arms out in front of you, and we cross left over right, and you do your eagle arms, and you balance. Just for a second, we're taking one more full breath here. And then unwind, stand up, reach up. Good. And let it go. Shake out the legs. Good. All right. We're going to come to tree on our right foot. So our chair is still to the right. Oh yeah, I didn't say that I switched the chair today for a class. So the chair's on the other side that it normally is. Now we're going to start with our right foot for tree. We're going to bring our left knee bent, open up, and then you choose your level. You got your kickstand, you got your ankle, you got your calf. Find your breath. Strong right leg, opening up through that left leg, and then you find your balance. We've begun. You find your breath. Ooh. You find all those little wigglies and wobblies going on in your foot. and your leg, all those little stabilizing muscles of your foot, all working to hold you upright and keep you balanced. Maybe your branches grow up. Maybe they stay at heart center. Maybe one stays rooted to the chair. Whatever works best for you. You do what works for your body, and you breathe. You breathe and you breathe. You relax through your right toes. And you wail and you wobble. An awful lot, maybe. Like me today. Very wobbly. Good. One more big breath in. And exhale, palms come down. Release. Okay. Shake out that foot. All right. Pedal through the feet. Good. And then we're going to switch the chairs. Good. So to the other side, we have our chair off to our left. We're going to start with the right foot for our eagle pose. So if you notice on the other side, we did start balancing on our left foot. We're going to pick up our left knee. Right foot is the strong foot. We're going to pick up that left knee bent, and we're going to cross it over the right, keeping our left hand on the chair. Now we have our knee bent, our leg crossed over. We're going to take our right leg and we're going to try and sit back a little bit. It's like you're coming into a chair, you're sitting back just a little bit. Good. And then we have our left leg on top, so we need our right arm on top. So right arm either crosses over your hand that's holding, or your shoulder that's holding onto the chair, right? Left arm is still holding onto that chair, or you practice your balance and you cross both arms at the elbows, right arm on top. Whatever works. Maybe you try this. You just have another breath here. Good. And release, stand up, unwind, shake out the legs. Good. We didn't hold it for too terribly long, right? It was manageable. It was manageable. Good. Come up to the tippy toes a couple times. Reset. All right. Left foot, strong foot for your tree pose. Right toes lift, or right heel lifts rather, bending at the right knee. Turn out to the side. You have your calf, or your calf. Oh my goodness. Said all those out of order. That's okay. All right. And then you find your balance, right? You find where your balance is today. Maybe it's holding onto the chair. Maybe it is floating the arms. Maybe it's falling out of it and coming back to it. You're breathing wherever you are. Nice steady breaths. Good. Very good. Maybe we reach our arms up overhead. You find your balance. You relax through your left toes. Oh, you breathe. You wiggle, you wobble. You notice all of those little stabilizing muscles through your ankle and your foot, all doing that work where it feels kind of wobbly in your ankle. All those muscles are doing a lot of work. Good. You find one more big giant breath in. And exhale, release. Right, good. Good, good, good. Pedal through the feet, tippy toes and back down. Tippy toes back down. Good. All right. We are going to come into our squat series now. So we'll go ahead. I'm just bringing the chair back over to the right side for today. We're going to stand in front of our chair. You saw me move my chair for the first time in a couple weeks now. All right. We're going to plant our feet in front of our chair, and we're getting ready for 9 squats. 9. We can do 9. 9 is just 8 with a bonus one, right? Whatever bonus means. Bonus is fun, right? extra squat is nice and fun. We're gonna plant our feet down and we're gonna be holding for 3 seconds, all right? So we'll go ahead, send those hips back for 1, 2, 3, and stand. Good, here we go again. We've got 2, 2, 3, and stand. Hands can be on the thighs or the hips, whatever works. 3, 2, 3, and stand. Good, again. 4, 2, 3, stand. Good. 5, 2, 3, and stand. You can do it. We got 6, 2, 3, and stand. Again, for 7, 2, 3, stand. You're really sending those hips backwards as you squat for 8, 2, 3, and stand. And look at that, we're already at our last one. We have 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, sit. Good, all right. Coming to a nice seat. We'll go ahead and tippy-tappy the toes, sitting up nice and tall. Tippy-tappy, tippy-tappy, tippy-tappy. We're gonna go ahead, tippy-tappy out to the sides and to center. Good, sides again, to center. Toes out in front. Ooh, use the core. Reach them out as far as you can. Still tippy-tappy. Good, and back to center. And back behind you. Good, to center. And relax. Very good. All right, from here we're gonna start with a nice gentle twist. We're gonna go ahead, bring right hand to left knee, left arm comes behind you. As we inhale, we're gonna sit up really, really tall. And as we exhale, twist over left shoulder. Good, find your breath. Good, come back to center. And to the other side. Left hand to right knee, right arm to the chair behind you. And inhale, lengthens up through the spine. And an exhale, twists over right shoulder. Good, breathing here. Good, come back to center. All right. We are going to do our chair boat today. We haven't done chair boat in a long time. So go ahead and you're gonna kind of scooch a little bit forward so that you have room to tilt back behind you. And so we're gonna be doing, I'm not gonna tell you how many rounds we're gonna do. We're just gonna do a couple rounds, no big deal. And we're just gonna hold them as long as we can, all right? Pretty simple. Hands can be underneath the chair or underneath your legs, whatever works. We're trying to keep a tall spine, try not to round, so keep that tall spine. We're just gonna keep that tall spine and tilt it backwards a little bit. So your core, your tummy is gonna be working a whole lot here. So on that note, sit up nice and tall, tilt backwards, come up to those tippy toes, and then see, I have to even scoot a little farther forward. See if you can pick up your toes. Good. Maybe your hands hold. You have another breath here. Hold them. Good. Maybe flex the toes, point the toes, flex the toes. We're distracting you. Point the toes, flex the toes, and release that down. Oh, good. Lean forward. Move through the spine a little bit. Good. You'll notice it's a lot easier for your body to do what you're asking it to do if you have more room behind you. If you have a really narrow space between the front of your chair and the back of your chair, it might be a little bit harder to find enough leverage or balance and core strength to lift your feet. So just keep that in mind, and if it doesn't work on the chair, you can just practice on the floor as well. So if that works better, by all means, go ahead and go down to the floor and you can practice there. You can also try and turn sideways on your chair. That might be an option, but again, it depends on how wide your chair is, if you have the room to turn sideways. All right, round 2, here we go. We'll go ahead, tall spine, tilt backwards, hold on to that chair, pull in at your belly button. Don't let your back arch a whole lot. Pull in, tuck in, and then lift one leg. Lift the other leg. Good. Maybe your hands float. Keep shoulders rolled back and down. Good. This time we're not going to point and flex. We're going to roll circles with our ankles. Good. Good. Switch directions. Find another breath. You can do it. And then lower down. Good. We have one more round. So there you go. Now you know we did 3. We're going to do 3 rounds. Find a little breath. Find a little wiggle. Get your spine reset. Here we go. Next round. Sitting up tall, tilting back, and one leg raises, the other leg raises, and we breathe. We breathe here. Good. Maybe you bring your legs apart, together, apart, together, coming up with things to distract you. Kick one leg, kick the other leg. Good. And relax. Good. Bring the feet wide, scoot back in your chair, and allow yourself a nice wide-legged forward fold. If this doesn't feel good, you can always bring your knees together. So go ahead and gently fold forward, letting your shoulders come to your knees. Let your arms rest. They can either be inside your legs or outside, whatever feels comfortable to you. Letting yourself fold forward, letting your head drop. One more breath. And then go ahead, roll up, coming into a seat. Good. All right. From here, we'll bring our feet back together. We're going to do our hip stretch again from the other day. We're going to do our seated pigeon pose. So I don't know why it's called pigeon. You tell me if you can figure it out, okay? We're starting with left leg, going to be staying on the ground. Left leg is going to stay. Right leg is going to cross over like you're reading the newspaper. And you're going to sit up on both sit bones with the right ankle on the outside of your left knee. Flex through your foot. And then sit up nice and tall. That's pretty much the stretch right there. If you want more, you bring both hands to your right knee and you gently press it away. That adds to the stretch in the hip. If you want even more, and still isn't enough, you come up to your left tippy toes. We've been doing plenty of tippy toes work, right? Left tippy toes also adds to the stretch because it takes your shin and it makes it do this number. While your knee drops and your foot raises, that adds to the stretch. Good. So you find your breath. And you hang out here. You breathe. You notice if both sit bones are on the chair or if maybe your left sit bone has raised up a little bit like mine has. You try and get both sit bones back on the ground and you'll notice that also changes the stretch. Good. You have another full breath here. And then we'll gently lower the heel if it was raised, uncross. And then we're going to windshield wiper legs. Just give them a little motion, side to side. Good. All right, back to center. Right foot becomes our strong leg now, or our stable leg. And then we're going to cross left ankle over our right knee, bringing that ankle bone to the outside of your right knee. Sitting up nice and tall, flex through your left foot. Sitting up tall. And you stay here. If you want more, you bring your hands stacked to your left knee and gentle press, keeping both sit bones on the ground or on the chair. And then you can even come up to your right tippy toes if you want even more. Good. And you breathe. You breathe and you breathe. You notice your breath. You notice how one hip feels compared to the other hip. Notice if one was maybe a little tighter than the other, one was more comfortable. One maybe for one you needed to lift your heel and the other you don't need to because this is enough of a stretch. That's fine. It doesn't have to be the exact same on both sides. Our bodies we don't use the same sides equally. So the stretches are going to feel different from one side to the next, right? So you do what you can. You do what feels good. You take another breath here. And then we'll go ahead, uncross the left. Good. All right. We'll go ahead and we're ready to stand up. So feet planted. All right. 9 rounds. Standing up and sitting down. All right. Hands can be at hips or thighs, wherever feels comfortable. Floating out in front of you if you want even more. All right, first one, plant those feet down, and we're up for 1, 2, 3, and sit. Good, tall spine. Here we go for 2, 2, 3, and sit. Up again, 3, 2, 3, and sit. Good, here we go, 4, 2, 3, and sit. Up again. 5, 2, 3, and sit. Over halfway. Here we go. 6, 2, 3, and sit. Up. 7, 2, 3, and sit. Here we go. 8, 2, 3, sit. And our last one. We made it. Here we go. Last one. We've got 9, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Reach up, stand up, big stretch. Ooh, okay, take it over to the right. Good, take it over to the left. Good, stand up. Good. All right. We are ready to come to the wall. So we'll go ahead to come to the wall. We will move the chair out of the way and we'll get ourselves all set up. So we'll do that. All right, up against the wall. With our backs up against the wall, we'll go ahead. Inhale, arms raise up. And exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Good. Inhale up. And exhale to our goalposts. Good. Inhale here. And exhale together. Inhale, open. Exhale, tapping down, trying to keep those elbows on the wall. Good. Inhale up. Exhale, reach. Inhale, back to goalposts. Exhale, together. Inhale, open. Exhale, tap. Inhale, up. Exhale, reach. And inhale, let it all go. Good. Shake out the arms. All right. We're going to go ahead and inhale, arms reach up overhead. And we're going to take our left hand to 1 o'clock. Good. To 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, 4, 5, and 6. Right hand comes to 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, and 6. Good. Arms reach up. Inhale. And exhale down. Inhale up. And exhale down. Good. All right. We're ready to come down to the floor. So go ahead. Bring yourself down to all fours. Heels come to the side. Have a seat. Feet walk in front of you. You bring your hip up to the wall, scooting to the top of or the edge of your mat, and then as close to the wall as you can get. And then swing those legs up. And we are legs up the wall. We're ready. All right. So as we arrive, We're going to go ahead and start by pointing and flexing our toes. So point and hold for a moment. Point and hold. Point and hold. Good. And then flex and hold. Really press those heels up the wall. Press and hold. Flex and hold. Toes draw towards you. Good. Good. And then point and flex a couple times loosely. Good. And then roll your ankles in circles. Switch directions. Good. All right. We'll go ahead and set the heels on the wall. We're going to take our right leg out to 1 o'clock, to 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock. Big inhale here. And exhale all the way up to 12. Good. To the other side. Left leg to 11. To 10. To 9. Big inhale. And exhale brings you to 12. Good. One more to each side. Right to 1, 2, 3. Inhale. And exhale. 12. Good. Left to 11. 10. And 9. Inhale. And exhale. All the way up. Very good. All right, we're going to take our cobbler's pose next. So bringing the bottoms of the feet together, let the knees open out to the sides. Maybe hands gently press the knees away or towards the wall. And you find your breath here. This is where you start slowing down from our practice. This is where you start coming back to your breath. Nice steady inhale and exhale. You breathe. This is a great pose to feel deep belly breath, right? So breathing into your belly. You can really feel it in this pose. Good. We'll go ahead, gently bring those knees together, bring the feet to the wall, and then gently walk the feet up the wall for our Shavasana, our final resting pose. Let the feet flop open if that feels comfortable. Let the hands rest wherever the hands are comfortable resting. Maybe even walk your shoulders underneath you as your hands maybe flop open to the sides. And then you find your breath. You focus on the breath. And to keep a nice steady inhale and exhale, equally matched. Maybe you count the beats of your inhale. So you inhale for maybe a count of 4 or 5. And then you exhale for a count of 4 or 5, matching it to your inhale. And as you do that, you let all other distracting thoughts take a back seat while you focus entirely on the rise and fall of your breath by counting your inhale and exhale. And then from that focus, it's very easy to transition out of counting and still maintain a nice quiet mind. Occasional distractions will pop up, but it's what you do with them that matters. Can you let go of those distracting thoughts? Can you notice that they are there, they've popped up, but you don't have to engage with them right now? You don't have to think about anything right now. Your body's relaxing. Your mind should too. So allow your mind and body to both relax as you breathe. And go ahead, take a big breath in and let it go. Find gentle movement in the toes, the fingers, rolling through the wrists and ankles. Reach the arms up overhead for a big full body stretch. And then roll over onto whichever side feels more comfortable for fetal position, curled up in a little ball. Just for another moment. And then gently press yourself up, coming into all fours on the mat. Take a cat-cow. And then go ahead, curl the toes, make your way into your downward facing dog. Walk the hands back to the feet for forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Sigh it out, forward fold. Inhale, roll up, reach up, arms overhead. And exhale as you bring those palms down to heart center. Good. We'll go ahead and end our class as we always do. We'll bring our thumbs up to our foreheads for wisdom, to our lips for truth, and to our hearts for compassion. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. Have a great rest of your day. Till next time.